Hello, I'm Vivian McKinder and welcome. I'm going to show you today a twist and stretch technique. As you know, there are lots of really pretty undone hairstyles out there in a bob and long layers. And whether it's super relaxed and stretched out and very beachy or more polished, this is a great technique and, as we know, a wonderful crowd pleaser. Here I'm going to show you how to work with an iron, and you can see first of all I'm establishing a wave movement, and notice that my fingers are going into a left-right direction so that I create the initial wave. And here it is in action, the left and the right. So now what I'm going to do is put the iron into the base of this wave, and you can see I'm just laying it there just to create a little bit of movement without any ridge. Now from that bend, I'm actually going to start my beach curl. So I'm curving around and then I'm twisting. And in that twist, the hair is being allowed to cold set. And now I'm going to navigate down the hair and stretch out the ends. Now the ends can obviously have a soft flick, or you can stretch them out to be almost straight. And this is where it's a judgment call as to how young or edgy your client is and what's appropriate. So here you can see from a different angle, I have the beginning of the wave, I then twist the iron around, and then I slowly walk the hair out to the very end. Now this can be done with a Marcel iron or a clip iron, and this is the largest iron I own, which is why I'm using it. For those of you who've been following my work, you know I love the Marcel, and you may find it even easier with the Marcel if you have one that's large enough to work with. So here again you can see I'm walking it out and stretching out those ends. So the bend is actually in the middle of the hairstyle. Now you can alternate left and right so that you can create a very, very irregular shape, or you can move around in one direction. So that again is going to be dependent on how relaxed, polished, classic or edgy you want the hairstyle to be. So again you can see here I'm twisting and then I'm navigating and making sure that those ends are all perfectly in place and walking that iron out. Now remember, the client is only paying for one hairstyle. Be careful of how many times you visit the same hair with different techniques. Alas, we can't charge them each time we go back in, and sometimes we end up in our cutting and in our finishing and our detailing, sometimes we end up doing two hairstyles. So I'm all about one great technique that produces the end result. So here again, going around the head, you can see I am in this case moving in the same direction, which when you work in the same direction around the head, it will create a wave. Be mindful of looking at your shape, looking at the wave, and be careful of going into automatic pilot. It's very important to be aware of the design while you are creating. Use your mirror, because your mirror is a reference point as to how the client is seeing her hairstyle. Now then, when you are moving in around the head in alternating directions, left and right, this will create an undone effect. So determine what kind of sensibility you want and make sure that you are observing the technique but observing the hairstyle as you navigate around the look, because you don't want to have to go back in again and again because you weren't aware of what was happening during the process of design. So you can see this is a beautiful technique, stretching it out. And you can see the hair has been razor cut. All the ends are super, super soft. And the technique that I used was the L technique within the razor world. So it gives these lovely, lovely wispy effects around the edge. Comb the hairstyle through and make sure that you're enjoying how it sits. And in this case here, just a little bit of fluffing to make the volume kick out. And just a very pretty effect. Ask your client whether she'd like for you to take a photograph with her phone so that she has a photographic reference of how her hairstyle was created. A great way of social media, marketing your look, get it out there to sort of show off how gorgeous the hairstyle is. And I think you'll agree, this is just a very pretty effect, super commercial. And remember, once you photograph this look, You're going to learn from it. You can actually mark it in a very beautiful way and get more clients sitting in your chair. I hope you found this helpful, and bye for now.